Hello, this is Bernard.Fraling.com. We are in the Export Industry Association room just in front of the door, and we had some, we can say, brainstorming. And Stephen came up with some ideas about how to introduce this association with a game.
Well, in the discussions that we've been having in the presentations, they talk about presenting information before you try and either make a sale or try and get someone to participate and buy into an activity or event. We're at an event, we're at an activity, but we didn't have that kind of introduction into what we were doing to give us the mindset to really get it going. And then there's the fact that during the first presentation they said that inside the room is where we should stay, because inside there was like a cocoon of safety where inside everything, the networking, the discussions, all of that would go better. But then we go outside the room when lunchtime happens and the event is over at the end of the day, and all of the networking fractures when that's the main point for being here instead of watching the event live.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, we don't know so much what actually was offering here, but we get, of course, we have an idea about it. But I just came back from a trade show in Cologne, which is the Demexco, the largest trade show for internet marketing, and they offer an app about anybody who join. Maybe this could be also an idea.
I've been thinking something along that line. I don't normally do mobile stuff. I'm used to PC and actually a laptop or a desktop computer. So I was thinking more just information about who was, people who live in your area, people who do things in your expertise area, people who are looking for people who do what you do, someplace where you can say, this is the kind of person I really want to get involved with. There's a fair amount of networking questions that people who are experienced with these events know to look for, know to use, but those of us who are new to this, we're just getting our feet wet and don't really know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually the game have, to create a game, is there a structure or what is the way to get to a game?
It really depends on what kind of process you're used to. Some people start out with like a big grandmaster plan. Some people just go, hey, this activity is fun and cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really depends on where your starting point is. Mm-hmm. But the big part is, if you've got some place to start from, you then need to work out from it, create basically a rough draft, an outline of your concept,
mm-hmm.
and then try and build some sort of prototype, even if it's just taking pieces of paper, cutting them up, writing things on them, and moving them around so that you can see, okay, when this happens, this is what we're going to be doing. When this happens, or somebody does that, this is how the dynamics of the game player is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
From there, you then get insights. It's kind of like in the event, the presentations, we're constantly saying, you need to get real information. You need to be talking with the customers, with your clients, with your list, whoever it is you're interacting with, so that you can make sure that what you're saying is relevant to them. Mm-hmm. It's very much the same in a game. If you don't test it out beforehand, you go out into the world and nobody cares what you're doing, or it's a complete flop, or you just offended everybody you were just trying to sell to.
Mm-hmm. And is there a way, for example, to create games on a collaborative way, or maybe we could do this inside this exhibition, because we don't have it this year, but probably for the next year, maybe some...
There's several different possibilities. One would be getting a group of people who are interested in this to connect afterwards. So after we've done all of the networking we can through the event, maybe talking about it some networking, having it so that we kind of come together afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
and then we can brainstorm about this. Another idea that had come to mind is, since this is what I do, the game design and interactive experience design is coming up with a full, I guess, report or review of the event in light of my experience and expertise. So I can say, this is how I think it could help. And then if we also have the group who's going to be brainstorming about this, bringing in other expertise and experience, it makes it so that we can potentially help the group make this a lot bigger and better next year, as well as actually showing that we do know what we're doing, for at least those of us who don't have much of a track record.
Sounds good. So how many ideas we just covered now from these 7?
Maybe 2 or 3, but we've only had one day.
So let's get to it, right?
Yeah, if we look at all of the stuff that we've been given, because we've only been looking over a couple of presenters, we can take more of what we've learned beforehand, mix and match it with what we've learned here, and then compare notes. At that point, we're going to have a lot more ideas, a lot more options, and we can brainstorm a lot more. Then we can go, okay, here are the better ideas, here are the probably less effective ideas. Let's put this all together and then present that. That would probably be very useful not only for the people running the event, but for other people who just want to know, what's a good way to network during these events when you don't have the support? Or maybe even coming up with something like a third-party solution for these kind of events.
Thank you for the words, Stephen. I think that's it for the moment, right?
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.